Welcome to I Didn't Know That, the show about things I didn't know. And with me today is Nichole Hipsch from the Bridge Pantry in Perham. Nichole, thank you so much for showing me around today.
Yeah, thank you.
I guess I didn't know what happens when you come to a food pantry, so let's go through what would happen.
All right, let's do it. So people would enter through this door right here. We have everybody take a number, those little black and white numbers over there. It serves a couple different purposes. One, if we have several families walk in at the same time, it just kind of helps us keep track of the order in which people walked in. And then also, as the numbers accumulate, it helps us keep track of how many visits we've had in any particular day. So then we would typically have some chairs set up in this area. So if there were several people that walked in at the same time, they could have a seat and wait. This is our main desk here. This is either myself or one of the volunteers, Joan, are typically kind of our check-in people. So we just ask really basic information from people. We don't require any sort of identification, no bills, nothing like that, just name, address, if the person has an address, sometimes they don't, and then phone number if they have it.
And so do they have to kind of almost pre-check to see if they qualify before they come in? How does that, or are there qualifications? How does that work?
At the Bridge, we do not ask for any qualifications. If you walk through our doors and say that you need food, you will receive food.
Okay.
That is how we operate here.
Okay, so then we're done registering, what happens next?
Yeah, so based on family size, we give a volunteer a little number, and then we have a cart. We start here. We always ask if the people have any birthdays in their month. Obviously, you can see that our shelf is currently empty. We have more in the back. They just haven't been put out yet. So if there is
a little birthday gift?
Yes.
Okay,
so
well that's nice.
Cake mix, a little gift, candles, frosting, that kind of stuff. And then as you can see, we have like regular, almost grocery store type shelves. And that was very intentional because asking for help can be challenging. And it can be anxiety producing. And so our goal at the Bridge is to make it as much like a regular grocery store experience as possible, to help provide choice for people and just to make it feel like a positive experience.
And so then how do you know how much of whatever you can pick?
Yeah, so right here you can see we have listed under each category the family size and then the allocation that family size would receive. So for the baking items, a family of 1 would receive 2 items from the baking items section. An extra large family, so that would be 8 or more people in the family would receive a selection of 4 items.
Okay, so any 4 items from this area.
Right,
okay.
Yep. Sometimes we do put limits on certain items that are a little bit harder for us to come by, like sugar, oil, flour.
Sure.
Just 1 of those per family.
Okay.
Then we just continue along. So the canned meat section would be next. And again, you just, matching up the family size with the allocation there.
And it's nice, they get to pick out their own thing. If
Yes.
they don't like tuna, they could pick bean, something.
Right.
That's nice.
Yep, and that's, again, the reason that it was set up this way. During the pandemic, when people weren't allowed to come in and shop, it was a little bit more challenging. So we would have people call in if they wanted to and kind of give us some guidance.
Sure.
Or when they would pull up, we would kind of ask them if they had any specific preferences or allergies or that kind of thing. We try and have a selection of at least 3 different items per category.
Okay.
Obviously, the more selection we can have, the better, but 3 is kind of our minimum.
Perfect. Well, let's keep wandering on. I mean, it's much of the same, but it's nice to just see what it looks like here.
Yeah. This is our little personal care section, so obviously not food related, but just kind of another, some items that we like to try and provide to people. So then we just follow it along, and then we kind of go through on both sides. So here would be the canned beans. canned vegetables, fruits,
Yes.
soups.
So, question, we can keep walking as we talk, but
Yeah.
how do you get the food?
Yeah, so a variety of ways. We partner with North Country Food Bank, and so we get as much as we possibly can from North Country. Because they're our food bank, we are able to get the items for significantly cheaper than your standard grocery store. Many of the items that they receive are TFAP, which is the Emergency Food Assistance Program, which is a subsidized program. There's also other grants that the food bank is able to tap into. Otherwise, people from the community, you probably have heard of all of the food drives that go on. So we use all of those items to stock our shelves. And then really the majority, probably too, is we use donated funds to purchase items from local grocery stores.
Sure, and I have heard from the Detroit Lakes Food Pantry too how money donation goes a lot longer, like you were goes a long ways as opposed to the item.
Right, and again, that goes back to our ability to purchase the items from the food bank versus the grocery store. We can get things for a fraction of the price compared to the local grocery stores.
Sure, and then do you have like dairy or anything like that?
We do, yeah. So we can keep kind of coming along this way.
Toiletry products?
Yeah, this shelf right here is kind of our miscellaneous items. Sometimes we get cans of items that are significantly dented, and we just don't want to make them a choice, so we put them here, or kind of other miscellaneous donated items that don't really fit in anywhere else, so people can help themselves to that. Here, we just call them our non-food items, so antibacterial wipes. We always try and stock either toilet paper or paper towels, and then when it's available, laundry soap, dish soap, kind of some of those other things. We also, when available, try and have fresh produce. So this is where we would display our fresh produce. During the summer months, it's always a lot fuller. This time of year, it's a little bit harder to come by fresh produce that is donated to us. This is one of our display freezers. And then in here, we are very fortunate, and we have a full walk-in freezer.
Oh, wow.
So, this is where we keep a variety of meat products, generally ground hamburger. Right now we still have quite a few turkeys that were donated to us, pork, chicken, kind of our selection varies based on what was available. So there's that. And then we also have our walk-in cooler. And so this is where we keep milk, eggs, butter, the bakery items when they're not in use go in here. Sometimes we have juice available. Again, the selection really just varies based off of the week and what was donated or what was available to us.
Wow, this is really amazing, and just the service you provide to people. It's great. So I greatly appreciate you showing us around. And if anyone wants to make a donation, how would they go about doing that to you?
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways. We are open on Tuesdays from 8 a.m. to noon, and then the first Tuesday of the month from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. So donations can always be dropped off during that time. We also have a PayPal account, which is at the Bridge Pantry, and Venmo at the Bridge Pantry Perham. And then if you visit our website, thebridgepantry.org, there is a tab at the top that says donate. Checks can always be mailed to the Bridge Pantry, P.O. Box 7 in Perham.
Wow, I didn't realize how fancy, I guess for lack of a better word, this is. And like you said, you just come in, you get to pick out the items you want, and wow, what a great deal.
Yes, our board of directors is so supportive. The Perham community is so wonderful at supporting us. So I just want to make sure that everybody in the Perham community really gets a thank you from us, because we can't do what we do and provide the services that we provide without community support.
Super. Well, thank you so much, Nichole. And thanks for joining us on I Didn't Know That. Hopefully you learned a little something about the way a food pantry works and the people it supports.